And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster and I'm touching base with you as I always do every day. How are you guys doing? I am in a new location. I am somewhere in America, South Carolina. Shout out to the South. It's hot. It's hot outside. So I will be inside as much as I can. It is so hot, and I'm not made for the hot weather, but I am here. Can you guys hear me all right? My mic system seems to be working. I think it's working. I don't know if it's working, but let me know if you guys can hear me. How are you all doing? Something about setting up in a whole new location. You got to move around, change lighting, put the windows in the proper way. Everything has to be re-coordinated. How are you guys doing? It's Motivation Monday. Welcome to Touch Base Daily. Today we got a lot of subjects we want to talk about. Talk about the DNC convention. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about my weekend, and the weekend was amazing. Spent with amazing photographers. So we're going to talk about that. The Black Photographers Collective, which was absolutely an amazing event we had this weekend, sponsored by Jamel Shabazz and Howard Cash. It was wonderful to see all these people. But I'll dive into that. What else are we diving into? Let me just go to my notes here. Let me just go to the notes. How about that? And also, we have here. Oh, well, that's it. Those are the main things. And then we'll have our Motivation Monday. Our Motivation Monday today is unity and connection. So we're going to be talking about unity and connection to close out. Okay, so there we go. That's what we have for today. That's what I have for you. That's what I have for you today. And this house that we're staying in, shout out to the Sunny Boy who got this beautiful home for us. So we have some good family time. And let me tell you, I tell all the folks all the time, I always share. If you're going to fly during the summer, you might want to take the first 2 flights out because after that, you are on your own. you are at the whims of the weather. The weather gods will determine if you make it to your destination. And so that's what happened to this to Adrian. Um, they booked to go to get here later in the day, and they did not make it here, so they're driving down. So the flights in New York City and all across the Northeast were canceled because of all the rain and the storms. So, guys, this is what I always recommend. Travel tip. You're getting a travel tip today. Your travel tip for today is make sure you fly out at the very earliest you can, because in the morning there's less people traveling to, right? That's the first part. Number 2, you don't have to worry about flights canceling ahead of you and then causing everything to scale back, because the more the day goes on, the more the schedules get out of whack. And the more the schedules get out of whack, then they have to cancel flights to get everything back into order. So travel early. If there's anything I can teach you or share with you, many things I talk to you about, if you travel early. Even with me being there early, we had a problem because it was storming yesterday. So anyway, just saying. Good morning to everybody. Who's the first person in the building? Aya. Aya is in the and rising. Happy DNC and Motivation Monday. Second, the silver goes to Anthony Rowland. Good morning, Anthony. And third but not least, Rashawn. Hold on a second. Let me get it in there. Rashawn. This Apple mouse drives me crazy. I have to tell you that. It's so doggone sensitive. Okay, so I got you out of there. And Omar's in the building. He says, hey, all. And who else is it? Chrissy's Corner is in the building. Chrissy's Corner is in the building. Lisa is in the building. Lisa, I'm not sure how far you are from I'm not sure how far you are from Charleston. But this house is I mean, I want to give you a tour of this house, but I said no. Everybody's still in the house, and everybody's kind of like sleeping. But I have pictures. I'm gonna share some of the pictures with you later. I'll put some on this on the site on our Touch Base Daily chat channel. How about that? This house is so beautiful. It is so beautiful, and it has one, two, three, four, five bedrooms. 5 bedrooms. 3 of them are master bedrooms, and it's a traditional South Carolinian what do you call railroad house. So beautiful, so beautiful. I'll tell you more about it later. But anyway, but it's definitely if you visit South Carolina, I will have this place. I will definitely recommend this place for you to visit. So my son picked out an amazing spot. Hey, I am Miss Reese is in the building. Good morning, she says. Good morning. And Hannah is in the building. Hannah is here. Hannah, are you doing any gardening? Oh, you're still in Knoxville. You're still in Knoxville, Tennessee. And who else is in it? Tanja is in the my Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival sister. What's going on, Tanja? How you doing? How you doing? So good to see you. I finally got those photos done, and I have some photos with you in it that I have to send to you. So that's gonna be great. I got some photos for you. And Kimmy is in the building. What's going on, Kimmy? Kimmy is in the building. Yes, Lisa, you know I'm going to send the link. I'm sending this link. This is up your alley, and it has a pool. It has a pool in the back of the house. Beautiful pool. A beautiful selection. Who else is in the building who just arrived? Okay, everybody's here. Everybody's here. So, guys, first of all, can we acknowledge what is today? On this date in 1920, I think I got it right, 1920, the 19th Amendment. We got the 19th Amendment. It was ratified. For what? For what? How many of y'all know what the 19th Amendment is for? Do y'all know what we're going to have a quiz. Before I tell you what the 19th Amendment is, I want you to tell me. Who's the sharp students in the class? Don't Google it. Do not Google the 19th Amendment. The 19th Amendment. Who's with me? Who knows what that's about? Who knows? Who knows what the 19th Amendment is all about? Oh, no one's answered. Oh, ding, 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 ding. Kimmy gets it. Timmy got to the point. Women's voting rights. Today, isn't it interesting too? Is today on the 19th Amendment. Was that something that they thought about? Think about it. The 19th Amendment was ratified in 1920 on the 19th of August. The right for women to vote. However, it was only white women. 4 years later, it was women of color. Black women and women of color came after 4 years later. But it was the beginning, it was a chiseling away of women being able to have their rights. I should say, not having their rights. Chiseling away, women not having their rights. So today, when you think about the 19th of August, think about the 19th Amendment. The 19th Amendment, when women, the first step on women being able to have a voice in voting in America. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Kelly A is in the building. Jamel Shabazz is in the building. He says, Grand Rising family. Man, man, oh man. And I'm gonna give Jamel a good shout out in a minute because what we were able to accomplish. But let me stick with this. I want to share with you guys a it's called the Urban League, and I want you to see this because I think it's a good history lesson. And it's up there. Okay, here we go. I think I got it right. No, here we go. Here we go. This is so cool. Here we go. On the urban, we call it nature. What's it? Here it is. Nature Nat Urban. There it is. Nat Urban League. That's what it's called. Nat Urban League. And if you take this one, this was really well done. If you don't understand the beauty of women's rights and how women got their rights and the women that came after, it was such a great post. And I was like, oh, I gotta share this with my community. And let me see. Did I get hold on a second? Nope. Back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Okay, here we go. Click on there. There we go. And it goes through, it gives you the history. Uh Sorry, not 4 years, 45 years. 45 years. It took an additional 45 years of political organization before Black women and other women of color could exercise their right to vote with the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Despite this denial, women of color served as key advocates women's suffrage, and today we honor them and their contributions. So they do a whole contribution of the great Black women that were made an impact on our country. And why did it stop? Why did it? Why? Oh, there we go. Ida Wells, everyone knows. So bear with me. My Wi-Fi is not the Wi-Fi at home, so it's a little slow. But look at that. Look at that. All these women, Native American, Asian, Black women, made a difference in our country. The country we have today is because people laid down their lives, did what they needed to do to make sure we all had a vote. And for women, look at all these amazing women, Native Americans, every kind. So check this out. It's like I said, it's Nat Urban League. Nat, N-A-T, Urban League. And it goes through. And so it was really a good read for me this morning. I didn't even know some of these people. I did not know. I did not, it's sad to say, I did not know any of the Native Americans, women that were intricate parts of the women's rights movement. Did not know. It's called Nat. Let me put it in here. Hold on a second. Let me put it in here. You know, the whole copy paste. So I can do that. Let me do that. Here we go. Oops. Let's do that. Hopefully it will work. Here we go. I'm going to get that to you right now. Copy. And I'm going to paste that in the chat. There we go. Here we go. I'm pasting in the chat. Here we go. Clicking on that. The beauty of live, being on live. Here we go. Here we go. That's what it is. At Nat Urban League. I'm going to pin it for a moment so you guys can get it. Okay. I can't seem to. Okay, I can't pin that. Oh, nope, can't pin it. Oh, shame. But at least you guys see it. It's right here under what I have here. How about this? I'm going to put that inside on the screen. Put it as a banner. There we go. Let's put it on the banner so you can have it. There we go. And here we go. Here we go. I will. And here we go. That's what it's called. The Nat Urban League, National Urban League, but Nat Urban League. There you have it. It is so informative. This was really good. I only knew 40% of this information. And I thought, why not share it since it's celebrating women, especially on this wonderful day, August 19th, women got their right to vote. But 45 years later, all women had the right to vote. Woo, 45 years. That was some lifetime for some folks. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Also, what I wanted to share with you all is something that was very dear to my heart. And this weekend just passed was Marcus Garvey's Day, which has to be one of the most amazing Black Americans in American history. But it was also World Photography Day. And what we did this weekend, man, first of all, I had a photo shoot early in the morning. So I had to run home, drop my bags down, grab some things. I left my mic system. I was like, dog it, I left my mic system. I left my mic. So I couldn't give you the best sound quality. But I did share some of it on YouTube. It's a little groggly on YouTube. Unfortunately, when you do go live and you're in the streets, sometimes it's a little groggly. But it was an amazing event, and that was the Black Photographers Collective. Now, the Black Photographers Collective is a group of photographers founded by our Jamel Shabazz and Howard Cash, who was one of the first person I really interviewed on Touch Base Daily. Second person. Peggy was the first. He was the second. And it was an amazing event. There had to be, Jamel, I think, was it 70 people? It had to be between 50 and 70 people showed up. And there were so many photographers, Black photographers, allies to Black photographers that were there. And it was a moment where you need to pause and wrap your head around what's happening. And so Jamel gathered everyone together on the steps of the Brooklyn Museum. And all of us were, we had what we call the seasoned folks on the front row. Then you had the 60 and over on the second row, which I was at now. And then you had the other ages behind us. And then you had the young folks, the new generation sitting in front of the seniors. I don't want to call them the seniors, but the seasoned. And it was amazing because a lot of Black photographers, especially I'm just saying for we who are in New York, we see each other in passing on social media. Or we see each other in passing if there's an event and we just happen to all be there, or one of us are there, or two of us are there. And we very rarely, as Black photographers, have a moment where we're all together. And everyone wasn't there, everyone that was invited, but it was huge. It was amazing. Amparo says, yeah, Amparo was showing out. Amparo was showing out. She said, look, I'm at this thing. I'm a part of this. I'm going to let people know I'm here. And I'm going to meet so many different photographers that we only get to see on social media and their work. Like we'll see someone's work and say, oh my God, that's a beautiful photo. Like a Michael Young. Or you see Jamel's work on here. Or, you see different folks here online on social media, usually on Instagram. But it's very rarely that you have that camaraderie, the connection, people getting out of themselves, leaving their comfort zones, and just saying hello to other photographers. And it was absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to share a couple of photos from it that I think Michael Young took some photos, and I'm going to share just a couple because I think it's worthy to share. Hold on, let me get that up on the screen for you because it was so cool. Well, first of all, let me share this one with you all. Let me share this one. Here we go. Add that to this. So there you have it. These amazing. These are, I would say, these are the pillars. These are the pillars of this event. You got Jamel in the front. You got Howard in the front. And you got all these other folks that made this happen. The video. I was interviewed by this young lady and the gentleman here, because I butcher names, so I'm not even going to try. But then they're in here as well. But this was incredible. I enjoyed myself, and I was so sorry that I had to leave. And because this was far more important than anything I could have done on a Saturday. Even though I gave my word to someone that I would be there for them to photograph their event, and so I had to leave, and I was so torn. I can't make it, but I'm a believer of being a man of your word or a woman of your word. Integrity counts. I did not want to leave this event. I met so many photographers, and I can't wait to have them. I gave them an open invitation, all of them. I was like, I am Ron Foster. Little old me over here. And I would love to interview you and share what you do as a photographer with the world. Because one of my main purposes of this platform with Touchbase Daily is to bring eyes, because as photographers, this is what we do. We bring eyes to areas that are not seen. We bring eyes to areas that are not seen as photographers. And so if I can use this platform where there's a collective area, an area that's on the internet, where they can come and see and hear the stories of amazing photographers on this platform. That is one of the goals of this platform, Touchbase Daily. One is, yes, we touch base with Ethan Wednesday of Wisdom Wednesday, and hopefully it will extend to something even more than just Wednesdays, because there were so many photographers. It would take years to get everybody on here. Think about it. It was more than 50 photographers. So that's that's a photographer for every week, and then some. We can go through each one of those photographers. It would take us a year and a half to go through every photographer on just a Wednesday. And you know what's going to happen when you start hearing the stories of all these photographers. Other photographers emerge, and you want to share their work too. So I want to use this platform to make sure we highlight, because think about it. When you put their name into the Google search, their interview will show up on YouTube search in the search engines. That gives them one more piece of exposure to the world. That's the purpose. Giving them one extra step to get exposure. So one of the guys was like, he says, "Oh, I'm young. I just started with photography. Can I come on?" I said, "Absolutely." Because I want to know why you started. Why did you start photography? And you only been doing photography for 2 years? That's okay. Let me know why. I want to know why. What drove you to the camera? What drove you to take pictures of people and events and culture? You're never too young to have a voice. The younger you are in this profession, you need to make your voice known. Make your voice known. So anyway, let me go to another photo that was really cool. Hold on a second. If I can pop this in here, will it come up? Let me pop that out. And these photos were taken by Michael Young. It was so good to see Mike. Mike and I have been playing tag. He's gonna come one, and we're gonna interview Mike. Mike is an amazing brother. But look at all these. I mean, and I could go on because the photo. Look, we were hanging out with photographers, so I was like, I'm not even sure I should put my photos on here because all these amazing photographers. Everyone was photographing each other because it was a monumental event. It was monumental. I see in the building. I see here. Amber Amparo says, yes, please. She says, please share. Yes. Hey, Tommy Tom is in the building. What's going on, Tommy Tom? Tom is in the building. Amparo says, it was great seeing you in action, Ron. I have the gift of gab. I have never felt so in my element than I feel in my life right now. It's never too late to start something new. I said, I am 60 years old and I am starting a whole new life, another chapter, not life, but another chapter in my life, meeting and connecting with people. And it feels so good. I'm having so much fun doing it. So Amparo was like, and Amparo was with me for most of it. And she was looking at me like, yo, dude he's just doing his thing. Because I guess I'm fascinated by people. And it was so good. It was so good. Adrian says, I needed to hear that, Ron. Kelly says, say that again, Ron. Woo! It was, yeah. Mimi says, amazing. Kimmy Kim says, I love how you showcase the artist. It's always interesting. And good morning. So Mibi, she says, good morning. Okay, let me just make sure I get all your responses in here. Gotta run, y'all. Okay, got that. Okay. And because usually Adrian is working while she's listening. There it is, says Tom. Fantastic. Fascinated by people. The whole reason to document those amazing people. Man, to see all these Black photographers, it did so much for me. And the reason why is because I just started. I mean, I've been photographing since I was a kid, since I was a teenager, 16 years old, but just as a hobby. And I only became a photographer as a professional 8 years ago. And as a photographer, the things that drew me in were, I mean, I don't want to say it in a negative way. It's not negative because but I only knew of Gordon Parks as the Black photographer. I only knew of Kwame Brathwaite. I only knew of certain people that photograph Muhammad Ali or different little, and and so most of my role models were people like Stephen McCurry, which is a white photographer, and most of my photographers were white. That I looked at their work and said, I want to one day photograph like these people. But there were very few places that we could find Black photographers. I mean, now we have Google. Over the last decade, we could find Black photographers on Google. And I wish when I was younger that I saw photographers that looked like me. My outcome of life may have been different. I don't know. Because I would have seen other Black photographers doing their thing. Obviously, we have the digital age and we can do that today. But think about, there were so many wonderful young photographers at this event. And they had something that a lot of us did not have. We had my grandfather took photos, my aunt took photos. We had family members that took photos. But we didn't have professional Black representation at the touch of a keyboard. Today we do. Today we have Black photographers, Asian photographers, Indian photographers, indigenous people. We have photographers that are white. We have photographers that are from every part of the globe. We can make contact with photographers. We are not alone. And sometimes as photographers, it's a lonely space. Can I be transparent? As photographers, we live in a lonely space. Most of the times we're lonely putting our edits together. We go out into the world, we photograph what we think is meaningful to others. We share that information, we share those photos with others, hoping they get the story. And then we go back home and we go back into our world. And we have a couple of friends that are photographers, or we have a couple of mentors. And our band of existence, our band of who we are as photographers has its limitations. But then you come across and you stumble across something beautiful as the Black Photographers Collective, where you can experience the beauty of other photographers doing their craft that's elevated, and you can seek inspiration from them. Because representation does matter. Representation does matter. I remember when I was in South Africa, when I was living in South Africa, for the time I was there. And my guide took me to his village, his township. And I got out this little van we had, and I made my way into this township. I have a camera hanging from my left side, and that camera hanging from my right side. I got my camera gear, I got my backpack on. And I walk into this township in South Africa, which is considered a poor area. And I walk into this township, and people started coming out of their houses to see me. I was like, why is everybody coming out the house? Everyone was coming out of the house. Everyone was like, hey, what's going on? Hello. They were yelling and hello, how you doing? Come over here. I want to meet you. Come over here. And I had to make my rounds in this township. It was one of those moments that it was one of those moments that were made clear to me. The power of representation. My two friends who are white, who live in South Africa, they have a home there, and I was visiting them. They looked at me and said, Ron, they're reacting to you like you're Michael Jackson. Like you're a celebrity. We've never seen this before. And then I talked to my tour guide, who was Black, who lives there in the township. And he says, they don't often see a Black photographer. They see white photographers with all this camera gear, but they rarely see a Black photographer that looks like the white photographers with all the gear. And it was like a aha moment to me. I mean, if you could have experienced what I experienced on that day, It was beyond my imagination. People came out from everywhere to get their photo taken. And then one gentleman, an older fellow, he said, "Don't forget us. Don't forget us. Tell our story. Don't forget us." And so every year I try to post photos from South Africa um, to bring that information of how people live in townships in South Africa. And they're not the best of places to be. But what I found in South Africa, in that township, was this amazing abundance of love and joy. It was crazy. I would go up to the kids and start photographing, and then they start posing, and the older women would come out, and then I said, I would look their direction, and then they start posing. They start looking at me and saying, "Hey, take a picture of me, take a picture of me." The camera was like, it wasn't, it wasn't their enemy, it was something great. But representation matters. Who knows? Who knows if one of those kids is a photographer now or may become a photographer because they saw a Black photographer in their township? It was powerful. It was a powerful moment. We matter. Every one of us matters. Every photographer, if whatever your craft is. But since we're talking about photography today on this Motivation Monday, can I motivate you? Can I motivate you to get out your comfort zone and share your craft with the world? Can I motivate each person that's in here, every person that's going to see this video? Can I motivate you on this Motivation Monday? Representation matters. If you're Asian, that young Asian girl, that young Asian boy is going to look out and say, "Oh my gosh, I can do that." That Spanish young girl, young boy sees the Spanish photographer, says, "I can do that." You matter. The Native American, the indigenous people of our country or countries around the world, indigenous in Australia, indigenous in the Philippines, indigenous to Central America, indigenous to Canada, indigenous to America. And you go out and share your craft, whether it be your poetry, your writing, your photography, your singing, your scientific expression, your education. Representation matters. It matters. And so, therefore, I just want to inspire you. And again, this was a moment. I mean, literally a moment. Let me just take this off of here. That was this weekend, seeing all those photographers. It blessed my spirit. It blessed my soul. It blessed my inner being to see the different faces, the different ages. There were folks that have been photographing for 60 years that were in that audience of all of us. There were people that have been photographing all over the world. There was so much wisdom on the steps of the Brooklyn Museum. So much wisdom. And anyway, I just thought I would share. That's one of the things I wanted to share with you guys. I did not want. What time is it? Lord, no, I got to be respectful. You. Okay, we got some time. But anyone, I saw a question come up. Let's see here. Aya says, when is the conference, photo exhibition, or panel discussion for Representation Matters, elevating the Black photographer collective? I don't know. I don't know. Do we have a? Does anyone, Jamel? Does anyone have an answer for that? Um, I know one thing. Whenever it is, I will be there to share it. I will now seek that information out. I'm going to do my homework if someone doesn't have that answer. Guys, you matter. You matter. Here's another one. Here's another Q question from AS says, Ron, Amparo, Elise, perhaps panel discussion for elevating BPC at MVAAF. We have to think about that. Look, anything's possible. Anything is possible. What they were doing also is they were videotaping the whole event of all these photographers gathered together. They interviewed some of us. As a matter of fact, they interviewed me on Monday of last week, which I was so honored that they came to my house and interviewed me in the living room and videotaped me and share. And just it was a beautiful. First of all, for someone to invite you to be a part of something so amazing. Sometimes I feel unworthy in some cases, but that's my hangups. When good things happen to me, it's like when good things happen to me, I'm like, okay, why did this happen to me? And uh, we had the greatest. It was the greatest time being interviewed and sharing with them my journey. And they were stunned by my journey. And I'm always fascinated that my little story or my journey can matter. And that's why I'm always pushing you guys to get your story out into the world. Because what I've learned is that all stories matter. We all have a story. We all have a story to tell. It's like someone said in one of those masterclass commercials. We humans do something that no other species on Earth does. What makes human beings amazing is that we tell stories. And we love to hear our stories. And we love to hear stories of other people. And Jamel says, thank you all who came out. Only wish that I could have met each and every one of you. We will be doing it again next year. It was awesome. And every one of us has a story to tell. That's why there's so many books on the bookshelf. You would say, oh, there's enough books out there. I shouldn't write a book. Why shouldn't you write a book? Because there's so many books out there. Everybody wants to hear a story. Everybody wants to hear your story. Okay. Wow. Anyway, what says you, y'all? What says you? Janet was in the building. Janet was in the building. She goes, "Oh, Ron, you should not ever doubt yourself. Saturday was a blessing and an enlightenment. Thanks much. Your vintage student." Janet was in the building. Janet came too. Janet was in the building. She goes, "Ron," she calls, I'm putting your business out there, Janet. She goes, "Do you think I can go?" I said, "Of course you can go. This is for all of us." This was a gathering of photographers. Everyone was worthy. If you took a picture 5 times in your life, you were worthy. I mean, man, let me tell. I'm gonna share one more photo with you guys. Hold on a second. Let me pop that up on the screen. Hold on. Let me see. Jamel, did you? Let me see. Jamel, did you post anything about this? Did you post any photos from the day? That group shot was amazing. Let me see if I can see it. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can share that. Let's see if Jamel or Shabbat. Jamel, let's see if you have anything in there. Did you post anything? If you did, I missed it. But I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna do a quick show and see. Okay. There's nothing posted yet from Saturday. But photographers took some amazing shots. There were so many of us. Omar says he's going to. Oh, what is it? Anyway, Omar says I will schedule my next trip to coincide with the event. Yes, we did it on World Photography Day. That just happened to be on a Saturday, so it'll be on a Sunday next year. I think it should be on a Sunday next year. Let's see what else you guys are saying in this wonderful community of amazing folks. Jamel says he's working on it. Jamel, yes, and will be there. Blessed day, received it. Your air are also a blessing to others. Ron, thank you, Kaz. Blessed day, received it. Your are also a blessing to others. Thank you, my dear. Hey, Tanja. She said, that the work that goes into making MVAAFF and capturing those moments should be discussed. You know what? I'm definitely going to dedicate one, and probably next week we'll talk about that. I have spent the whole week editing photos, and still, it would literally take a month to edit every photo I took at the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival. There was so many moments of capturing images that, I mean, thousands of photos I took, thousands of photos. And so, I mean, they may be listening, who knows? But I'm working on a strategy to present to them for next year so that we maybe include some more photographers. And we'll see how that all works. But it's one of the I think, and this is I'm just thinking out loud with you all because we're family here. We this is our community. And I was talking to my brother, that invited me to be a part of this event yesterday. We were just chatting, just brainstorming. And the reason why it was an amazing brainstorm because of what happened on Saturday. Saturday, I met some other folks that have visited Martha's Vineyard and their love for Martha's Vineyard and also the film festival, other photographers. And I said, what if, here's a possibility. What if there's a collaboration between the Black Collective and the Martha's Vineyards platform? It is the film festival for Black movies and film and documentaries. And then you have Black photographers here in New York, or maybe even outside of New York, the Black Collective, and taking, with obviously organization, management, it can't possibly be everybody at the same time, maybe not. But maybe there's a bridge between these two entities. And so I'm going to work on that. That's one of my I've been inspired by Jamel and Howard and what they do to bring all these photographers together. But now, what if I take it to another level where a pool of photographers every year could photograph the film festival? That would be interesting. Because then you'll have, and this is not to knock white folks and people of other ethnicities. But this is the Black Film Festival. This is the African American Film Festival. It would be great to have African American photographers photographing the African American Film Festival. I'm just thinking outside the box. I'm just thinking outside the box. You know, right now across the country, if you say DEI, they want to sue you in the name of being prejudiced against white people, which is crazy. But I think that would be a good marriage. That's just a thought. I presented it yesterday, and I should say we had this discussion yesterday, and I want to put together a package or something, and within the next couple of weeks because it needs to be done as soon as possible, so that way we can plan for it next year. Tanji, does that sound good? Tanja, does that sound good? She says, "Do it. I will support you in any way I can," because Tanja, she works her tail off at the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival. She and a team of people, they bust their you-know-whats to make sure that event is flowing and going well and doing well. Tanja is right here in the building. She'll tell you. And there's a whole lot to photograph. And I think a partnership between the Black Collective, Black Photographers Collective, and the African American Film Festival would be an amazing bridge to cross. So I sometimes I think out loud, sometimes I brainstorm, but we're family here. And I just feel like, look, I can share it because you know why I always also sharing these ideas out loud is that you guys, our group, our community, y'all know there's some sharpshooters in this community. You will give me all kinds of ideas to expand this thought. I can see Lisa right now. Lisa's probably steaming right now. Her head is on fire because she got so many ideas. Lisa, y'all know Lisa in this community. Lisa, I will present something to Lisa, and Lisa comes up with 25 outcomes. Ron, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about marketing it this way? Have you thought about advertising this? Have you thought about putting it this place? Have you thought about? I say, how do you do this? But there are people that are gifted in this community that have the amazing brain power of logistics and putting things together. And we could do something beautiful. Because I don't want to say to Howard and Jamel, hey guys, we should do such and such. Now y'all go do it. That's not how it works. I always say when people have an idea, because a lot of folks come to me and say, Ron, we should go to this place. We should do this. We should do that. My next question is how you're going to make it happen. Right? Because don't just come with an idea. Come with an idea that you researched and you can give foundation to it and that you can run away with it. All you're looking for is the yes, let's do it. And I think this would be a beautiful blessing. These are amazing photographers. I mean, the opportunities. I mean, when I had my phone, when I'm looking at TV, or I was looking at TV last week, and I should say it was featured on, I think, last Saturday, not this Saturday past, but the Saturday before. My photos were on ABC News, a national it wasn't local. It was on ABC News with Rachel Scott. Rachel Scott was doing an interview of the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, and there was my photos as the stills on TV, and it says Ron Foster. Wouldn't that be a great opportunity for other photographers on many platforms? The ideas. My job, I really feel like I was called to photography in this time of my life to be a blessing to so many if I can. And I want to bless as many people as I can with the abilities that I have. And I want to see where it takes me. Don't know where it'll take me, but I know I got a community. I got this community right here. And there's 19 people in the building. There was 24 at one point of amazing brains in this building, in this community. And we could do this together. So Jamel, stay tuned. Stay tuned, Mr. Shabazz. Stay tuned, Howard, Mr. Cash. Maybe this is something we can build on. Wow, I just love the thought of it. The Black Collective of Photographers, African American Film Festival, working together. I think it'd be beautiful. Just think it'd be beautiful. Anyway, what else are you guys saying before we get out of here? Tanja says, "I'm so tired. Still, thank you. still, I'm tired." I was telling Wayne, my partner of photographing the event. My index finger is still in pain, and when I do this, it's so sore from clicking every day. We started our day at 10 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. So 12-hour days. 12 hours days of shooting for 7 days straight. Y'all, this little finger is on vacation. It is on vacation. I see the applause. I see the thank yous. I see Mimi says, great idea. Plus have the RLP crew there to support. I'm with you. I think this would be an awesome thing. She says, AI says, Ron, I'm sliding into your text to schedule a meeting this week. There we go. And Paro's in on it. She wants to help me with this. Oh my gosh. You guys, I love you all. Okay, it's time to let you guys go. It's 10:59. Guys, tonight is the DNC. I was going to talk about the DNC and what you guys thought about what's going to happen, but y'all know about it. So tonight is the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, which is this evening. Check it out. We'll be talking about it tomorrow. We'll be talking about it all week. So that's what we'll be talking. That's our main, is as a community, we will be talking about the DNC. So do your homework. Do your homework, y'all. And then also I wanted to share with you, and I pretty much summed it up. Let me just get this off the screen. I wanted to share this. I wanted to talk about unity and connection, but pretty much we probably got that in there. We got that in there. The unity and connection. We need that, and we got all the stuff that I wanted to cover today in here. So we did good. We did good, y'all. We did good. So I'm on location here in South Carolina. And if I happen to be at any place that's really beautiful or something that's intriguing, you would know I'm going to share it with you guys. So stay tuned. If you, I didn't do this. I should have had this running while I was talking. Oh, I got so caught up into this. Well, let me share it now. Hold on a second. There we go. What do we do here? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this platform with others. Share this platform with others. And if you know a photographer, please have them reach out to me at Ron Lewis Photos on Instagram. They can message me and we can schedule them, put them on the calendar so we can interview. I would love to talk to you. If you are a photographer, if you know a photographer, send them this video. I think it will inspire them. I think it will encourage them. Please do that. Okay? And we'll be here tomorrow. I'm praying that the process is, Elise, I will be watching tonight. Yes, we'll be watching. We should have a watch party. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm with my family. I'm on vacation. That would not be fair to them, even though we'll be seeing it. We'll be watching it as a family. Enjoy your family, Ron. Yes, thank you, Elise. We're going to have some great time. My son just arrived from his long drive. So I can't wait to get in the room and hug him. So he just got here. So I can't wait to see him and his wife, Nancy. So they're here, and I can't wait to see them. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on Touch Base Daily. Again, like, subscribe, and if you want, comment as you review this video. If you're just here for the first time, review, comment. Let me know what you like about this video. Were you inspired? Were you encouraged? Let me know, because I'm here for you. That's why I'm here. I am here for you. Okay, I think that's enough. It's time to go. It's time to let you guys go to work. Okay, guys, have a great day, and I am out of here.